Pardon me. I am doing another video on my quick capture Logitech thing. Damn lighter. Yeah, because Windows Movie Maker doesn't seem to want to work lately. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's being a big bastard. So I know it's been a long time since I made a video. It's been a while, and I said that I would tell everybody what happened to Harley. So I'm gonna do that. But first, I'm gonna say my friend Katie, who's watching, I have to say Katie fucking rocks. So that's for you. Okay, so Harley. I'm gonna light this cigarette if it's the last thing I do. Piss. Okay, around Thanksgiving, he started acting like we thought he got into something at my parents' house at Thanksgiving, and he was just kind of acting like blah, and he had the runs at my parents, and I was like, oh, maybe it's the water, because the water is different there than it is in the city. So that was Sunday, and then Monday, when my parents drove me home, he threw up in the car, and it was just like water. He hadn't eaten anything. And then we got home, and he was fine Monday night, and then Tuesday he ate a thing of fish flakes, got a hold of goldfish flakes, and ate a whole bottle. So Wednesday when he puked, I was like, okay, well, he's throwing up because of the fish flakes. And then Thursday he was fine, and then Friday morning he threw up. And then I was like, oh, well, this is, getting kind of bad. And then Friday night he threw up again, so I called the emergency vet, and I said, he's puking, and he's got the runs really bad, and, I think he might have a parasite or something, like a tapeworm or something. Something's making him sick. I said, and he seems like he's losing weight, but he only threw up 4 times in like a week, so that's not really a lot. So the vet said, well, he'll be fine for the weekend. If it sounds like a parasite, he'll be fine. Just bring him in on Monday. Well, he didn't get sick like all weekend. And then Monday came around, and I had slept in, and he was fine. And then Monday night he threw up again, so I was kind of freaked out. Because I was like, okay, something, like I want to get rid of this. So I brought him in Tuesday to the vet. And the vet was like doing urinalysis and blood work and an x-ray of his chest. Oh, no, an x-ray of his stomach to see if there wasn't like a bowel obstruction or something. And I guess, so I left him there and they did the tests, and then I came back. And they said, we're going to give him this medication for diarrhea, this medication for vomiting, this special dog food that's really soft on their stomach, stomach coater pills. And then she said, she's like, he has a big bruise all like along his stomach. Did he jump out of the back of a truck or off of a deck or something like that, like hit his stomach? And I was like, no. He's an indoor dog. No. So that was weird. And then she did another exam of him because something wasn't right. Something was bothering her. And then she found a mass. Like she felt a mass on his stomach. And it wasn't a foreign object feeling mass. It was like a tumor mass. And she got the other doctor to feel it too, and then she told me that, and I kind of like waited until she left the room, and I started crying a little bit, and because I had to call my mom and ask her if it was okay to schedule an ultrasound because she's the one who was paying for it. So I just called her and I said, I'm just going to say this and then I'm going to hang up because I'm at the vet's and I can't start crying here. So I said, Harley has a mass. They think it's a tumor. I have to, can I get him to an ultrasound? And then I told her how much it was and she said yes. And I said, I'm not putting him down unless I know it's cancer. I'm not. I'm just not. So she said, okay. And then that night is when it got really bad. His whole stomach turned like red, and he had like huge welts all over him. And I was worried that it was internal bleeding because the doctor called me after hours and told me to watch for internal bleeding, and she said that could be what that bruise was internal bleeding. And then I called my mom at midnight and I said, you know, like, Harley's stomach is totally red and he won't let me touch him and he's not eating and he's just really uncomfortable. And I said, I need you to come here because I can't do this alone. I can't. I'm freaking out. If I wake up tomorrow and my dog is dead on the end of my bed because he bled to death, I'll lose my mind. And I don't have anybody here. So she drove 2 hours. Actually, no, I called her at 10. So she drove 2 hours. She got here at midnight. And when she came, like by the time she got there, his stomach was distended, like it was swollen. And so she's like, yeah, we have to take him to the vet. So we took him to Emerge, and they did some more x-rays, and you could visibly see the mass in the x-rays. And then, so there was nothing they could do. They sent us home with like a $300 bill just to go in. Like, they just told us that the reason his stomach was red was because he was having an allergic reaction to the meds, and to just not give him those meds anymore. So that's what we did. And then the next night was even worse. He wasn't walking. He was just laying downstairs, which he never does. He was not eating, not going to the bathroom, just totally shutting down. I was going to take him. That was the night I made the video when I was crying and saying that I was going to put him down because I had decided, you know, he's in too much pain. He was shaking. And then my mom brought him upstairs and put him on the bed and turned the heat on, and he seemed to get more comfortable. So we were going to wait until the morning to do the ultrasound. That's when the ultrasound was scheduled. So we did that. All night he got worse and worse. I stayed up all night with him. We left at 8 in the morning, brought him to the ultrasound, and then they called us and told us that it was an inoperable lymphoma, and that it was a really big mass, and there was nothing they can do, and he's in a lot of pain, and that they said he was full of fluids. They didn't want to puncture him because his blood platelets were so low he would bleed out if it was blood in him, which that's what they think it was. And they said it's moving into his chest. And then I just said, okay, I'll be there as soon as possible. Like, I'll be there in a couple minutes. And we left, and I knew I had to put him down then because there was nothing that we could do. He's bleeding internally. He's going to drown in his own blood. Like, I just, it was horrible. And when I got there, he tried to get up off the table, and he was like fighting with them because he wanted to come to me. They're trying to get ready to put him down, like they're putting the IV in him and everything, and It was really hard. So, that's what happened with Harley. Last week I got this from the vet, the specialist who put him down for me. It's a card of condolence, and the staff signed it, and then this fell out of it, and I just started bawling, because I remember holding him afterwards when he was gone, and I was like, I don't have anything of him, like, physically. When we put down my mom's dog, we cut off a lock of her hair, but Harley's a short-haired dog, so we couldn't do that. And I remember touching his paws, and I was thinking, like, I wish I had a paw print. And then they sent this in the mail, and I just couldn't believe it. And I opened my mail in my car on the way to, like, the mall or something and just started bawling. Such an idiot. So anyways, that's what happened to Harley. And that's why I had to put him down. And that's it. And now I'm going to stop this because, yeah, I need a cigarette and I gotta find a lighter. So I'll talk to you later.